Without a clear purpose, life drifts aimlessly. Success begins the moment you decide exactly what you want. Most people fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they never define a purpose strong enough to carry them through the storms. A ship without a destination will wander the sea forever, and so will a life without direction. Your purpose must be so definite that nothing can shake it. You need to wake up knowing what you're chasing and go to bed knowing what you built. Vague goals create vague results. Precision is power. When you define exactly what you want, your mind starts pulling in the people, resources, and decisions that align with your goal. This principle requires honesty. You have to strip away what the world told you to want and uncover what you were born to pursue. When you know what you're chasing, you stop chasing everything else. Success is not about doing everything, it's about doing the one thing that matters most, and doing it exceptionally well. There will be days you question your path, especially when the results don't show immediately. That's when your purpose will serve as your anchor. A definite purpose keeps you from giving up. It reminds you why you started. It reignites your fire when the wind tries to put it out. Your purpose must also benefit others. The greatest success stories are tied to causes larger than one person's gain. When your purpose lifts others, the universe opens up doors for you. Selfish ambition collapses, but purpose rooted in impact builds empires. You don't need to know how to get there, just where you're going. The method will reveal itself as you move forward. Clarity of purpose doesn't come from sitting still. It comes from action, reflection, and refinement. Start where you are with what you have. Once your purpose is definite, write it down. Speak it aloud every day. Make it part of your identity. Burn it into your subconscious. Live it, breathe it. Let it become who you are. A man or woman without desire is a machine without power. Success demands a level of intensity most people are too comfortable to sustain. You must want it so badly that you refuse to live without it. That's burning desire, a fire so deep it makes failure feel unbearable. Desire isn't a passing wish. It's not a maybe someday attitude. It's a relentless obsession. You don't just want it, you crave it, you breathe it, you feel it in your bones. Every action becomes a reflection of that desire. It wakes you up early and keeps you up late. The world responds to intensity. A weak want gets weak results. But when you desire success with all your heart, the universe rearranges itself to bring it within reach. Burning desire magnetizes opportunity. It sharpens your focus and filters out distractions. Desire gives you stamina. When others quit, you persist. When others complain, you adjust. The flame inside you won't allow you to back down, no matter how tough it gets. That internal fire becomes your competitive edge, the one thing that can't be taught, borrowed, or bought. But you have to feed it. Read books that fuel your ambition. Surround yourself with winners. Watch how quickly your desire dies when you're surrounded by people who've accepted defeat. Desire is contagious, both its presence and its absence. Turn your desire into a written statement. Repeat it every day. Let it take root. The clearer and more emotional your desire, the faster your mind begins working to make it real. Desire backed by belief is the engine of transformation. Finally, desire without discipline is wasted energy. Let your fire fuel action, not just fantasy. Get up, show up, and keep moving forward even when motivation fades. That's when burning desire turns into unstoppable will. Faith is seeing the destination long before you arrive. It's walking through darkness with a torch no one else can see. When you believe in your vision with unwavering certainty, the impossible starts looking possible. Faith is what moves you when evidence says otherwise. Every person who achieved greatness began with belief. Not belief in guarantees, but belief in potential. If you wait until all the conditions are perfect before you act, you'll die waiting. Faith means acting anyway, even when doubt tries to pull you back. Faith is a muscle. It grows through use. Every time you move forward despite fear, your confidence expands. And every setback you overcome becomes proof that you're capable of more. Over time, you develop an unshakable belief not because successes came easy, but because you saw yourself push through the fire. You need faith in yourself, faith in the process, and faith in a higher power guiding your steps. This trinity of faith keeps you balanced when life tries to tilt you. When faith and action work together, miracles happen. Faith replaces worry with expectancy. Instead of stressing over how it'll work, you move forward trusting that it will work. You stop asking, what if I fail? And start declaring, what if this changes everything? That shift in thinking is the birthplace of bold action. But don't confuse faith with fantasy. Faith doesn't ignore reality, it confronts it and chooses to believe anyway. It's not blind, it's courageous. It sees every obstacle, stares it down, and says, you're not bigger than my purpose. Feed your faith daily. Read something empowering, speak life over your dreams, reject negativity. Because if you don't build your faith, the world will build your fear. And you can't afford to live by fear if you were meant to lead by faith. Information is everywhere, but power comes from knowing what matters most. Success is not about knowing everything, it's about knowing something so well that you become valuable, irreplaceable, and in demand. You must become a master of your craft. General knowledge is cheap. Specialized knowledge is priceless. The world will pay you exactly what your expertise is worth, no more, no less. So the question is, what do you know better than most? If you don't know yet, that's okay. You're not born with specialized knowledge, you build it. Through study, through failure, through repetition. You read, you watch, you ask, you try. And over time, what was once complicated becomes second nature. Choose a lane. Learn everything about it. Study the leaders in that space. Emulate their mindset, not just their methods. And when you hit a wall, keep digging. The deeper your knowledge, the stronger your foundation. No one can take that from you. Never stop learning. Success isn't static. Markets shift, industries evolve, and the person who keeps growing always stays ahead. Read every day. Take courses. Invest in coaches. Learn from people who've done what you're trying to do. The shortcut is in the mentorship. Apply what you learn. Knowledge without action is wasted potential. If you want transformation, you have to use the information. Experiment, test, refine. Real knowledge is born through experience, not theory. Let your specialized knowledge become your gift to the world. Use it to solve problems, create value, and build wealth. You don't have to be the smartest person, just the most committed to learning what truly matters. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's a result of structured planning. A dream without a plan is just wishful thinking. You can have the strongest desire and the clearest vision, but if you don't break it down into a step-by-step plan, you're just gambling with your potential. Planning isn't about being perfect. It's about knowing what your next move is. Too many people get overwhelmed by the big picture and never take action. Organized planning brings focus. It helps you zoom in on the actions that matter most, so you stop wasting time on what doesn't move the needle. Every goal must be broken into smaller, manageable steps. What will you do this week? What will you accomplish this month? What's the next thing you need to learn, do, or build? Planning gives your desire a schedule. It brings order to the chaos of ambition. Your plan must also be flexible. Things will go wrong. People will back out. Life will throw curveballs. But when your plan is organized, you can pivot without losing momentum. Adjusting isn't failure, it's wisdom. Rigidity breaks, adaptability bends and survives. Review your plan often. Track your progress. Don't just set goals and forget them, evaluate. Are your actions aligned with your vision? Are you using your time wisely? Are you moving forward or just staying busy? Organized planning demands accountability. Involve people who think strategically. Get around planners, not just dreamers. Surround yourself with individuals who know how to reverse engineer outcomes. Let them challenge your thinking, poke holes in your plan, and help you strengthen your execution. And most importantly, act on your plan. Planning without action is the same as never planning at all. Execution separates the dreamers from the achievers. You don't need a perfect plan, just one that moves you forward. Indecision is the silent killer of dreams. Success demands the ability to make strong decisions and stand by them. People who can't decide end up being controlled by people who can. The faster you learn to make decisions, the faster your life decision, the faster your life moves toward purpose. Too many delayed decisions because they fear making the wrong one. But understand this inaction is also a decision. It's a choice to stay stuck. Progress favors those who choose, act, learn, and adjust. You don't need certainty to decide, you need courage. The most successful individuals make decisions quickly and tight and slowly. They trust their instincts, Al. They move with conviction. And when new information arises, they adapt, but they don't flip-flop out of fear or pressure. Clarity comes from movement. Some answers only appear after you take the first step. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Make the best decision with what you have and improve as you go. A wrong decision made boldly beats no decision made fearfully. To develop decision-making power, you must stop doubting your judgment. Strengthen your confidence by making small decisions fast. Build momentum. Each decision trains your brain to move with certainty. You don't grow into confidence by thinking, you grow by doing. Get around decisive people. Watch how they operate. Learn how they weigh options, filter distractions, and traction their gut. Let their decisiveness sharpen your own. Indecision is contagious, but so is boldness. Finally, never outsource your power. Listen to advice, gather facts, but don't wait for approval to choose. Own your decisions. Whether they lead to success or setbacks, they build you. Growth comes from choosing your path, not from being pushed into one. When most people quit, the winners keep going. That's the difference. It's not talent. It's not timing. It's persistence. The ability to keep moving when the odds are stacked against you, when progress is slow, when nothing seems to be working. That's the edge most never develop. Persistence starts where motivation ends. It's easy to work hard when you feel inspired. But success belongs to the person who shows up even when they don't feel like it. They've decided that quitting is not on the table. They've burned the bridges behind them. The path to greatness is filled with obstacles. You'll face rejection, failure, doubt, and setbacks. That's not a sign you're doing something wrong. It's proof you're in the process. Persistence turns pain into fuel. Every no strengthens your why. Every failure becomes a step forward. The key is to keep your eyes on the long game. Results won't always come fast, but that doesn't mean they're not coming. The seeds you plant in discipline and consistency always grow. They just take time. You don't dig up the soil every day to see if the roots are working. Build a routine that forces persistence. Discipline removes the need to negotiate with yourself. Set your schedule and stick to it. Let consistency be your anchor. The person who outlasts the storm earns the sunshine. Keep showing up. Keep building. Keep believing. Protect your energy. Surround yourself with people who keep going. People who quit at the first sign of trouble will convince you to quit too. But people who persist will remind you what's possible. Persistence is easier when you're not pushing alone. And when persistence feels heavy, return to your purpose. Remind yourself why you started. Reignite the fire. Rest if needed, but never stop. The finish line doesn't move, it's just waiting on your endurance. Your mind is the command center of your life. Everything starts with your thoughts. If you want to change your life, you have to reprogram the part of your brain that controls behavior without asking for permission, the subconscious mind. Your subconscious is always listening. Every word you speak, every thought you entertain, every belief you accept, it records and repeats. If you constantly feed it fear, failure, and doubt, it will sabotage you. But if you feed it purpose, confidence, and success, it will empower you. You can't outperform your beliefs. If deep down you believe you're not worthy, smart, or capable, you'll find ways to prove yourself right, even if it's subconscious. That's why success starts with mental reconditioning. You must plant new beliefs and repeat them until they take root. Visualization is powerful. Close your eyes and see yourself winning. Speak your goals aloud. Use affirmations daily. It may feel strange at first, but repetition rewires the brain. Eventually, the new story becomes your default. You stop chasing success and start expecting it. Watch your environment. Your subconscious is shaped by what you see, hear, and feel. If you live around chaos, your mind stays chaotic. If you listen to doubt, you become doubtful. Protect your mental atmosphere like your life depends on it, because it does. Make your inner voice your strongest ally. When you fall, don't beat yourself up, coach yourself forward. Speak life into your situation. Talk to yourself like someone worth believing in. You're not lying to yourself, you're programming your mind for where you're going. Mastering your subconscious doesn't mean perfection, it means awareness. Replace them with ones that do. Over time, your mind will stop resisting your goals and start working with you to create them. No one builds success alone. Every great achievement has fingerprints of many minds behind it. The power of the mastermind is this: when two or more people align in harmony toward a common goal, their combined mental energy creates something greater than the sum of their parts. A true mastermind group isn't just about networking, it's about synergy. It's not about having friends to vent to, it's about having warriors who challenge you, hold you accountable, and bring out the best in you. Their strengths strengthen your weaknesses. Choose your circle wisely. Surround yourself with people who are hungry, focused, and disciplined. People who don't just talk about goals, but chase them. If you're the most driven, emotional in the room, you're in the wrong room. Growth accelerates in the right environment. The right mastermind gives you perspective. You'll see angles you missed, solutions you never thought of, and strategies that shortcut your progress. Their wisdom becomes your advantage. Their experience becomes your safety net. You gain confidence from their belief in you. Show up to the group prepared. Bring value. Ask tough questions. Share your challenges honestly. The more you contribute, the more you receive. A mastermind isn't a place to impress, it's a place to grow. Iron sharpens iron only when it's honest and intense. You don't need a large group, just the right few. One or two focused, driven minds aligned with yours can move mountains. Regular connection, aligned goals, and mutual respect create a force of momentum that's hard to stop. And when the mastermind is built on trust and truth, it becomes a safe place to fail forward. You can bring your setbacks without shame. You can be vulnerable without judgment. That kind of bond produces breakthroughs that isolation never could. Focus is the gateway to success. In a world full of distractions, the ability to zero in on one thing until it's done is a superpower. The people who win are not the ones doing the most, they're the ones doing what matters most with relentless intensity. When your energy is scattered, your results are diluted. Every time you multitask, you weaken your effectiveness. You don't need 10 goals, you need one executed with excellence. Focus brings depth, and depth creates mastery. Eliminate the noise. Put your phone away. Turn off the notifications. Set clear blocks of time where the only thing that exists is your task. Protect those blocks like gold. When you give something your full attention, progress compounds rapidly. Clarity increases focus. Know exactly what you're trying to accomplish today, this week, this month. Don't wake up and wing it. Write your priorities. Plan your day the night before. When you begin with intention, distraction loses its grip. Your focus reveals your future. Where your attention goes, your life flows. If your mind is always on problems, you'll attract more problems. But if your mind is fixed on solutions and goals, you'll start seeing opportunities that were invisible before. Build a system that supports focus, create routines, use tools that block distractions. Keep your environment clean and energy sharp. Your external world affects your internal clarity. Make your space work for your focus, not against it. Finally, treat focus like a muscle. It gets stronger the more you use it. Start small, stay consistent, and build the discipline to lock in. The person who can focus the longest wins the race, not because they sprinted, but because they stayed locked in when others drifted off. Success is never a straight path that's built on the back of failure. Defeat is part of the process, not the opposite of winning. Every person who has ever achieved anything meaningful has scars from losses, missteps, and the thorn that's that taught them more than victories ever could. The key isn't avoiding defeat, it's learning from it. When you get knocked down, ask why. Ask what you missed, what you didn't see, what you ignored, what needs to change. Most people just complain or quit. Few pause to study the loss and extract the lesson. There's wisdom in pain. Failure is feedback. It's raw, honest data about what works and what doesn't. The people who rise after falling don't carry shame, they carry understanding. They don't take defeat personally, they take it as instruction. Sometimes the defeat comes to humble you, to slow you down, to wake you up, to show you a blind spot, to push you to a better strategy. Stop seeing it as a setback and start seeing it as a redirection. Every closed door is a sign to reroute, not retreat. The faster you fail, the quicker you learn. Waiting for perfection leads to nothing. But those who move fast, fall fast, and adjust fast become wise beyond their years. They've been tested. They've been through the fire. And now they're equipped for the next level. You can't build strength to avoid struggle. The pressure that broke you last year might be the same pressure that sharpened you this year. You're growing even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. Don't waste the pain. Don't waste the lesson. Let it grow you. The difference between the average and the great isn't talent, it's how they respond to defeat. The average hide blame or quit. The great reflect, adjust, and keep going. One builds excuses, the other builds experience. One gives up, the other levels up. Before anything happens in your life, it first has to happen in your mind. Faith is the engine. Belief is the foundation. If you don't believe it's possible for you, nothing else you do will matter. Your actions will always reflect your internal expectations. Faith doesn't mean you have it all figured out. It means you move anyway. It means you trust there's something greater guiding you, something stronger within you. It's knowing that the odds don't matter when purpose is involved. That kind of belief can't be taught, it must be chosen. People with unshakable beliefs don't wait for evidence, they create it. They walk in confidence while others hesitate in doubt. They expect favor, expect opportunity, expect a breakthrough. Not because they see it, but because they believe it before they see it. Belief is contagious. Get around people who think big, who speaks life, who operates with boldness. Their faith will awaken yours. Their energy will challenge your doubt. Faith grows when you feed it with truth, action, and bold movement. Every breakthrough begins with belief. Every dream starts with a mindset that says, it's possible for me. The struggle is real, but so is the promise. And belief gives you the endurance to fight for what you can't yet touch, to hold on when it looks impossible. You must stop borrowing doubt from others. Just because they don't believe doesn't mean doesn't need. Most people speak from fear, not faith. They'll tell you what they think is realistic, but faith doesn't ask for permission to be realistic. Faith breaks limits. Wake up every day and declare what you believe. Speak it over your life. Write it down. Visualize it. Let it shape your decisions, guide your attitude, and direct your steps. The moment your belief matches your behavior, your results will begin to change. Every principle you've just heard is a tool, a weapon, a key, but none of them work unless you do. Knowledge without action is nothing but wasted potential. You can't sit around and wish success into your life. You've got to chase it, build it, Fight for it with everything you've got. These principles aren't theories, they're strategies for living. They're proven. They're powerful. They work, but only for the one who dares to use them. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need perfect timing. What you need is commitment, drive, a willingness to take these principles and plant them deep inside your life until they take root and produce fruit. You already have the seed, the fire, the purpose. Now it's time to move. Stop underestimating what's in you. Stop doubting what God can do through you. This isn't about talent, it's about tenacity. It's not about luck, it's about principles, and the ones who follow them so steadily, intentionally, and fearlessly are the ones who rise.